No, right.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 2987 State versus Marie Angelica Hinojosa. Could I have parties announced?
Yes, Mari and also
Monica?
Mari.
Mari. Okay, I'm gonna work on that. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate that. So it's Mari and Angelica Hinojosa.
Correct.
Can I have parties announced?
State. Elizabeth Settle for the defense.
And are you Mari
Mari, yes.
Angelica Hinojosa? All right. Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? And did you understand it? Are you the same Mari Angelica Hinojosa who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 2987 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on March 2nd, 2022 for a period of 2 years and extended for a total of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violation of condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Mari Angelica Hinojosa did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of May, June, July, and August 2024 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
That's true.
He would have been there.
Any objection?
No objection.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court can find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4? Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is no stated.
Judge, I'm asking that you follow what probation's recommendation was in the court summary. Extend her for 1 year with GPS and ISP supervision for the duration of her probation. Judge, she did complete the SATF successfully. I believe there was a violation during the aftercare, but she did the bulk of that as well. Judge, she does have a job. She would have a job when she gets out. She's now become aware of VLink, which was, she had transportation problems, which led to some of these violations. So we're just asking one more chance, Judge. She's has no prior felonies. And we're just asking that you allow her to continue on her probation.
All right, why did you disappear? You want to raise your right hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Why did you disappear?
I just, like she said, I was having transportation issues. I was living out in Lotus. I did complete aftercare. And then I got switched to a new probation officer. I asked him if, because I was having issues getting weight, like to my probation office. There's no buses where I was staying and I wasn't aware of the VIA link system. So I
Wasn't aware of what?
It's called VIA link and it's like where if you live where there's no buses, they'll pick you up and then they'll drop you off at the nearest bus stop.
So when did you become aware of this?
A few months ago. So,
And so how did you become aware of that?
a friend of a friend had told me about it because he was living out there in Helotes also. And he told me about it and I was like, okay, so now I know about that, but I didn't know about it then.
Why didn't you investigate that beforehand? Because reporting for probation is the number one thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. And there's no excuse for me not going.
So the only time you researched that was when?
I didn't, I tried to figure out ways.
No. When is the time that you decided, hey, let me research this?
Well, I had researched it prior, just didn't find anything, but somebody told me about it. And so that's how I learned about it.
So you were having a conversation with someone. When did you have a conversation with someone concerning your inability to go to probation because of lack of transportation?
It was months ago, honestly. But yeah, that's the reason, I just didn't have a way to get to probation. And then I couldn't contact my probation officer. So I know that's not really an excuse.
So what do you mean you couldn't contact your
I
probation?
have tried reaching him by phone
Mhm.
and I left him voicemails. He never contacted back. He never responded to none of my
And when
emails.
would you have made these phone calls?
Prior to me getting to not going to report. So I believe it was the beginning of May. And I didn't hear from him. He didn't come back. So.
All right, any questions?
So Ms. Angelica, when you were placed on probation, You provided the address of 10950. Okay, and are you still living at that address of the place of visitors?
Mhm.
Okay, and so probation says that they went out to make or attempt to make contact with you for your failing to report certain in 2024. What explanation do you have for living on you?
I'm not sure. I had gave my probation officer, I believe it was a copy of one of the bills from, it wasn't in my name, but it was the bill for my friend who I was staying with, and so I'm not sure why they weren't able to get a hold of me there, because I mean, that's where I'd been staying up until I got arrested.
Okay, and you were arrested on October 20 or October 15 or 16 of 2026. That's it.
16th, yes, sir.
That's correct.
Mhm.
Okay, and basically, that's the only reason that you're before the court today is because you were arrested for the offenses of criminal trespass and criminal possession, correct?
Any further questions?
If the judge gives you one more chance on probation, what do you think the most important things you need to do
Before I'm staying in contact with probation.
Do you have a place to live?
Yes.
Okay. Is that with a friend or?
It would be with grandpa.
Um. Is it important to you to keep your deferred adjudication status?
Yes.
Wow. But that's all I had, and I would also just, re-urge what I'm asking the court to do. But if you do decide to revoke her, just, we would ask for a 2-year sentence. She did do a lot when she was reporting, and thank you, Judge.
So this criminal trespass case and the criminal mischief. So criminal mischief means that someone is alleging that there is property that has been damaged. So I'm not taking the criminal mischief as true. I'm not taking the criminal trespass as true. But was she arrested at the location of the alleged criminal trespass and the alleged criminal mischief?
Yes, Judge. Yes, sir.
How far was that away from your house?
Not sure, like, it was a little bit.
Did you walk?
No, a friend would pick me up like real late at night, and because I had nowhere to go at that time, and so I finally got hold of a friend who picked me up. And
See, here's the thing. If it's important, you're supposed to treat it like it's important. You can find a friend to go pick you up, allegedly commit a criminal mischief and criminal trespass, but you can't find a friend to take you to meet with your probation officer. I just don't think that you're appropriate for probation. This is not the first time there's been a motion to revoke has been filed against you. You were aware of what you needed to do to be in compliance. You were only supposed to be on deferred adjudication for 2 years, but then it had to be extended because you were not doing what you were supposed to be doing. You were not following the rules. So I just don't think you're a good candidate for probation, and I'm not going to continue you. So the court is going to find you guilty, revoke. There's to be no residing in household with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Give you credit for any time served. I'll request the therapeutic community for her. Credit for any time served that's successful completion of inpatient treatment. And the court will sentence you to 5 years in the prison. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
yes, ma'am.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegation and the motion, not the fact that you are on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Hello. All right. So we're going to make sure that there's an interpreter for you. My understanding that you would feel more comfortable if there's an interpreter. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That is involving most people.
No. It's fine. I just want to make sure that you're understanding everything. So we'll make sure that there is an interpreter present, okay? All right. And defense, have you received all of the evidence in this case?
I have, Your Honor.
All right. And was the state able to tender an offer?
They have.
Okay. So we're gonna do, on this case, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes.
we're gonna set this for a plea deadline date, and we need to have an interpreter present. Yes.
Actually, it's a Pashto.
And just put it for the last week that we're here in December. All right, so we'll make sure that an interpreter is present. That's gonna be the day where you need to let me know whether or not you're accepting the offer.
Very good.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Judge. There are, at this point, still, there's not a surveillance video that's mentioned in the police report for the case overview. So I spoke to the state to see if they can get that, and also possibly any fingerprints.
All right, so state, how long before you have that information, if it exists?
I just emailed the detective, so I imagine.
Okay. Ms. Ferguson,
Yes.
recall this for November 20th is for discovery.
Actually, Judge, I'm gonna be out the 19th, 20th through, I think, the 23rd.
All right, then Norma,
Yes.
state, are you able to have this by the 18th?
But they don't email us their phone.
All right, so Norma, recall this for November 18th for discovery.
Yes.
Perfect. Thanks, Judge.
All right, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have a seat, sir. Have a seat, Mr. Mason.
And you know, tomorrow is Cindy's birthday. Say it loud, say it proud, Cindy. We're Scorpios. All right, so on this case, it's a jury trial setting today.
Okay.
Oh, let me double check.
Mhm.
Let me just look. See, I love when defense is ready. Defense is like, okay, let's do this. You all are correct. It is a plea deadline date. So you all want to bring it back the week of November 17th? All right, Ms. Ferguson, an extension on the plea deadline date to our last week here for November. What date?
November 18th.
Is November 18th good for you,
That
council?
works, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be back on November 18th at that time. If you're not reached an agreement with the state, your next setting will be a jury trial date.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank
You got it. Okay, bye-bye.
And the DA is still checking on some stuff. They're gonna put the CPS records, make those available for me.
Okay.
And also they're gonna check the juvenile history of the alleged victim for me. How you doing, guys?
Oh, I'm doing great.
So if we can get the same date as the other case, the 18th.
All right, we will bring it back. Norma, bring this back on the 18th and y'all will state at that time, you'll need to be prepared to tender an offer.
Yes, sorry, Judge.
It's on,
Julian Tovar.
yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you all back on November 18th.
Yes, Judge.
All right.
Discovery?
It's for the state to tender an offer and also discovery.
Thanks, Judge.
Thank you. Oh, no problem. All right, so why were you late for court?
I was standing right outside. Everybody was in the little waiting. I didn't know that y'all had already unlocked the door.
Oh, here's the thing. Court is in the courtroom and we start every day at 9, okay?
Yes.
All righty. So there was a violation report. Have you been doing your sober support meetings?
Yes. The
And-
violation, I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, that was
Oh,
the
okay.
ruling I made for you to do sober support meeting.
Yeah, well, so whenever I went back, I had given the lady my prescription. Cause I have this prescription medication. But the person that I gave the prescription to was, I don't know, a gentleman that was filling in for her while she was in back.
Mhm.
Apparently he never wrote down that I was on certain medications.
Mhm.
Whenever I went back, I gave the new officer that had my medication. He went off and he was gone for probably 20 minutes and he came back and said, I was cleared for it and I don't need to go once a week, so I'm gonna go once a month. I need to do the 30, in 30 days or whatever.
Yes.
But because I didn't, because of the way that everything landed, he couldn't, the violation already been put in, so there was no way of revoking it.
No, there's not.
But I mean, it's because of my medication.
All right, so state on these cases, were you able to tender an offer? All right, Ms. Ferguson.
Yes.
I need a plea deadline date for the second week in December.
I can do that.
All right, December 9th will be your plea deadline date. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you reached an agreement. If you have not reached an agreement, your next court date will be a jury trial date. All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused.
Judge, I do have one quick question. If I have motions to withdraw, will they be heard on the 9th also?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Hello. Okay. All right, so where are we on this case?
Judge, there was a plea offer that was tendered today. I talked to my client about it. We're asking for one more reset so that I can meet with him and discuss the plea offer and the evidence.
All right, December date for a plea deadline date for you.
Yes, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a plea deadline date on Rodriguez.
December 8th.
Is
Yes.
December 8th. All right, so we'll bring you back on December 8th. At that time, you'll need to let the court know whether you've reached an agreement. If you have not, then your case will be set for jury trial in the new year. All right, you can have a seat. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
And Mr. Cabanas,
Yes, Your Honor.
so it's the lady who's in the box in the yellow. Court is calling 2025 CR 008879 State versus Brandy Mendoza. Could I have parties announced for the record?
Lauren Espinosa for the state.
Donald Wilson for the defense.
And are you Miss Brandy Mendoza? Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Mendoza, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? You're gonna need to speak up so the court reporter can hear.
Yes,
All right, and did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Your Honor.
You're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, she has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, I believe so.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Mendoza, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No,
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
no.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and reentry. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's an $800 fine. State recommends community supervision. They will take in consideration 2025 PF 18457. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, no harmful or injurious contact with Julia Ramirez, the DOEP course, regular random UAs, and the MRT. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor, state offer states exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the waiver and consent with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and view the same.
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, one, we just asked the court to go along with the agreement with one, I guess, issue on the fine. She's, as you can see, she broke her leg and she's recently had surgery and spent almost a month in the hospital. She's not going to be able to put any weight on that leg for somewhere between 8 and 12 weeks.
Mhm.
If we can at least delay starting making payments on that or probate some of that or something like that to give her some breathing room before she goes back to work, we would ask that. But otherwise, we'd ask you to approve and agree with our agreement on the plea for the probation.
All right, was the leg broken, removing the AC and climbing through the window? Is this something else?
No, something else. I just happened recently.
All right, and why is there a request for no harmful or injurious contact with Ramirez?
Judge, there was another case that has been already dismissed that was family violence disturbance or that sort of thing that has been dismissed. And so the state is being overly cautious.
Well, here's the thing. When I'm reading the police report, when the police came out, you said that you were homeless, you don't live there. So when there are relationships and you get to the point where police are being called out, people are removing AC units and going through windows and people are fighting each other, that's not a good relationship. And what usually happens is no problems have been solved. People just ignored it. And then the fact that you think somebody's cheating is going to rear its head and you're not going to be successful at this probation. So unless this person comes to court and tells me they want contact with you,
Judge, he
then,
is present.
oh. Well, I will hear from that person. It's not saying that I'm going to allow contact, but I'll hear from them. Are they the person who brought you down here today? All right. So I don't understand why they're here then. How did they know you would be here?
Well, she knew about the case.
Okay. Yeah, because I will tell you what I'm reading in here. You said that you don't live together. You said that she was cheating on you.
I don't.
She lives with her mother and
Okay. So are you all still in a relationship?
No.
All right. So she doesn't need to have contact with you because you all are no longer in a relationship. Hmm?
I would like to be in her life though and start.
Yeah, here's the thing. You're going to have to work on yourself. And let me just tell you why I do this. I don't do this to be cruel, but if you have someone that you get to the point where you all are physically fighting each other, that's not a good relationship. I always tell people this, and I know it's hard to do because hearts are involved, but when you suspect that someone is cheating on you and they tell you they're not, you either accept it or you don't. You don't get involved in a physical altercation. And that's why the police ended up here. And then that's why you're here, because from that, you have this possession case.
I have a question.
Sure.
Where is it coming from that is being said that I said she was cheating, where there was cheating.
Let
involved.
me tell you what it says in the police report. I was dispatched to the location for disturbance. Upon arrival, I made contact with the victim. That's Ramirez, who informed me she was holding your keys and phone hostage due to you having her wallet with her social and ID inside. Victim stated that suspect had been allowed to stay at the listed residence for a month now, and they have had an intimate relationship together. I tried to solve the matters by having each party give what they claimed the other took. Suspect, that's you, informed me she did not have the victim's wallet. I spoke with the victim and began gathering the story and was informed that her wallet had gone missing from where she normally places it, and that after she stepped away, it was gone. Victim was adamant that it was you who took the wallet. Victim then elaborated on her grabbing suspect's keys and phone and locking suspect outside the residence. Victim proceeded to state that suspect made entry to the house by removing an AC unit and climbing in. Suspect proceeded to grab a hold of victim, leaving visible injuries. Suspect proceeded to punch victim on the left side of her face twice with a closed fist. I observed visible injuries to victim's left cheek. Suspect then grabbed victim's shirt and began aggressively pulling it, leaving a large scratch on the left side of the victim's neck. Victim stated she defended herself to get suspect off of her. The two parties then separated and called for police. Victim refused to cooperate initially with the police in regards to photographs, paperwork, and statements. Suspect informed me nothing physical happened and she did not live with the victim. Suspect then stated that she was homeless. I was then provided with the story of suspect, that's you, demanding to see victim's phone due to some suspicions of victim cheating on her. This is what initially created the argument between both individuals. So that's where I get that. So this is what the court is going to do. There's going to be an $800 fine that will be probated. 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 2 years. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Take in consideration 2025 PF 18457. TAP evaluation out of custody, follow TAP recommendations. There's to be no contact with Julia Ramirez. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
7 and 10.
Do they live with you?
Currently, no.
Is Child Protective Services involved?
No.
So why are your children not living with you?
I lost my apartment and I asked my kid's father to watch them and he just hasn't gave them back. So we're going through like court and that's next month to determine like us getting half and half.
And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And you will get drug tested.
Clean.
All right, you're going to get drug tested today. There's going to be no residing in households with minors. If that drug test comes back positive, that will remain. So you're going to get drug tested today. Do you understand? And so you still want to say you're going to be clean?
Yes.
All right, you're going to get drug tested today. So there's going to be no residing in households with minors, no unsupervised contact with minors. Proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider with minors.
Judge, that's where we'd ask for some leeway because she may not be able to work.
Oh, we'll find it. You just need to give a doctor's note to them and then we'll take that up. So she needs to provide a doctor's reason for not being able to work. 120 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once that's completed, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. And there's going to be field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Probation, is there anything else? All right. Did you review the document entitled trial court? Did you review the document entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. They'll give you where you need to go to do the drug test.
Judge, she is presently living with her mother in Kyle, up north of San Marcos. Her mother, though, is in the process of moving to the valley in sometime in the next month or 2 months. And so we will have to come back and ask for permission to transfer it or
Oh, we
something.
can do a transfer to Cal.
Well, that's just for the time being. Then it's going to be Rio Grande Valley.
Okay, all right, thank you. And what county is Cal?
Kyle is in Hayes County, I believe.
Okay. All right, and then you'll do the UA today. And she's gonna tell you where you need to go to do the UA. All right. Are the parties ready on Moniquita Barrera
Ready, Judge.
for the defense?
Good morning, Judge. Alfonso Cabañas for Ms. Barrera.
And are you Miss Barrera?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Miss Barrera, you have an attorney, a previous attorney appointed to you.
Yes, ma'am.
That attorney is in jury trial.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
he's been in jury trial and misdemeanor court for 3 days. He informed the court that if you wanted the new counsel assigned, he is fine with counsel being assigned. So do you have any objections to Mr. Cabanas being assigned as your new attorney?
That's fine.
All right, and Mr. Cabanas, you were assigned today. Do you request any time to prepare?
No, Judge, we were 10 days to prepare.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Barrera, did you review the motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Moniquita Barrera who's placed on community supervision in 2025 CR 002957W for the offense of fraudulent use or possession of identifying information, items under 5 on March 13, 2025 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Ma'am.
All right, state. Do you plead to that true or not true?
True.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 8, the court can find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 8? Court will find violation of condition number 8 true. Is there a proposed agreement? All right, and defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, we're asking that the court follow the recommendation by probation to send Ms. Barrera to felony drug court.
All right, so probation,
Yes, Judge.
is that what probation is recommending?
So the recommendation on the court summary is to amend for a TAP recommendation, that she go to SATIF. She remains in Bear County until she gives birth, then participate in SATIF. Once she's medically cleared. I did look over previous information from the last MTR. This is her second MTR. She's been on probation not even a year, Judge. The last MTR, she was supposed to go to a NOS program. She wasn't accepted into NOS. She was supposed to have a felony drug court evaluation, and then return back to court. That did not happen. She was not accepted into the NOS program because my notes indicate the NOS program didn't accept her, her insurance.
Okay, so any objections to the court reviewing the court summary?
No, Your Honor.
Right, so here's the thing. Do I think you would be a good candidate for probation? No, we've tried things. But am I willing? Maybe things will change. Maybe there can be some help for you. I know that from reading this, well, I don't know why the tears are here. Because I will tell you this, I appreciate the tears, right? But let me just tell you, just like the song says, tears do not make flowers grow. And the problem is you haven't been stepping up to the plate and doing what you're supposed to do. I'm reading the court summary, and you know what it says in here? Your parents have custody of your other children due to CPS issues. No, that's what that says here.
Yes,
That's what it says, but I have paper, I can get paperwork and proof from Attorney General that I have full rights to custody of my kids.
You should.
And I'm the custodial parent of all three. It's just, I'm waiting on my housing.
You shouldn't.
I've been bouncing from place to place, so that's why I didn't want to.
Let me just tell you, you should not have custody of your children. And this is what I don't understand. And I want you to internalize what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be mean, but people are just going out here having children, have no means to financially support them. According to this, you have 3 other children. So when I would do CPS cases, you know what I would tell my clients? I'm like, look, I'm going to give you a pass on your first child. Maybe you don't know, nobody told you how babies are made, right? So I'm going to give you a pass for that. But I would have clients who would be 20 years old and have 5 children. And I'm doing the math in my head. At some point, everybody knows where children are made. Do you know I had a CPS case once and they were saying, well, Stephanie, we're going to place the child with the great grandparent. I was like, well, that's going to mess things up because, I'm hoping everybody will live forever. But I'm like, that great grandparent is too old. No, not too old. On the CPS side, we have grandparents who are like 40. I actually represented somebody once. I was representing the baby. And you know how old that baby's mom was? 12. People out here just running around, having children, not giving them any idea of what life is all about, just procreating. And here you are, you're out here just procreating. And you have no means to support. Oh, I'm placing my children with my grandparents because I don't want to be bouncing from place to place because I don't have a place to stay. Whose fault is that? Yours? Get a job. People always will find a place to make a baby, but they don't have a place to support their children. Now your children are with the maternal grandparents, and trust me, grandparents, guess what they want to do? They just want to be the fun grandparent. There are no rules here. I'm going to spoil my grandbabies and then send them back home to you. But they can't because you're not doing anything.
I've actually been waiting on my housing.
Now, here's the thing. You're waiting on housing. Guess what? You're not providing that housing. The government is providing housing, which means taxpayers are providing housing. And I got news for you. There's a government shutdown. And I don't know why you would choose to get pregnant because people know how babies are made when you don't have your life together. And you don't even have your 3 children with you. Now you're crying before me because you don't want to go to the state jail facility. And let me just tell you, I would send you for 2 years, right? And you know what would end up happening? You would be at the state jail facility. And when your baby was born, somebody would be right there to pick up your baby. Somebody in the form of the state, Child Protective Services. And either it would be placed with your maternal grandparents, but your mom may say, you know what? I can't take any more children. And then you know what ends up happening? Then your siblings are separated. Because somebody will adopt your baby. Your attorney will tell you, guess what? It's always easy to get a newborn baby adopted because you know why? People are looking to adopt children. Guess what they figure? There isn't too much damage that a parent could have done to this child unless they were using drugs while they were carrying the child. They are ready to go and take that baby. And you know, on the CPS side, when you place children with foster parents, they're just supposed to foster. We're going to be here. We're a stopgap for the parent. The parent's going to get their life together. But you know what really happens? Foster parents fall in love with the children. Next thing you know, they're hiring an attorney, and that attorney is filing motions so that they can adopt your child and your rights can be terminated. And then that's how you have a bunch of people walking around on the planet, don't even know they're related because people like you are just procreating. And then you come before me crying because you haven't done what you're supposed to do. So I'm going to give you a choice. Do I think you will be successful on this probation? Absolutely not. But, I can be proved wrong. I don't have a crystal ball. I can send you, let you do your two years at the state jail facility now, or you're going to stay at the jail till you're ready to be transferred to inpatient treatment or felony drug court. And I can tell you, felony drug court, they have said that they're down a probation officer, so they can't take as many people or accept as many people as they normally would. So that's where we are. But suffice it to say, you're not gonna be with your child. So either you're not gonna be with your child because you're going into the state jail facility for 2 years, or either you're not gonna be with your child because you're gonna be in inpatient treatment. And with your child, if your grandparents don't pick up your child from the prison of the Bath County Jail, Child Protective Services, they're gonna be called anyway. They're gonna do an investigation to see if it's appropriate for your child to go with your maternal grandparents. And if they say no, then CPS will have custody of your child. And I see in here where your mother don't even know where you are. Spoke to mom who stated she hasn't seen her daughter, but I'll tell her to call probation if she finds her. So instead of you helping your mother with your children, you're just out here procreating. So which do you prefer? 2 years in the state jail facility, or either you're going to remain in the state jail facility, remain here at the Bath County Jail till you're transferred to somebody's inpatient treatment or felony drug court. Which do you prefer?
I would like to try to get rehab or drug court now.
All right, the court is going to deny the motion, alternate amend conditions. She's to remain in custody for a transfer to felony drug court. We're going to do an updated TAP. And regardless of what the TAP says, it's going to be inpatient treatment. And once she's released, there's going to be field visits until further notice. Is there anything else?
Not from defense counsel, Judge.
All right, we can go off the record. So do not come to me. If you're back here again for this, don't come because you're wasting your tears, not helping flowers grow. You understand? All right, if you graduate from felony drug court, I'll come to your graduation.
Can I say something?
Sure.
The only thing is I waited 9 weeks before I was notified that the rehab nurse had rejected me. I do have Medicaid. I'm not understanding why they rejected my Medicaid. And I wasn't told, they never called me out. I barely got my court date 2 weeks ago to reappear in front of you. If I wouldn't, I kept asking and asking what the situation was with my case, and they wouldn't tell me.
Let me ask you this. All of your trying, you were successful in finding time to find some guy and have a baby, become pregnant. You're able to do that, but you were not able to be present for your field visits. You're not available to report to probation because they couldn't find you. You're able to do all of that.
I was reporting on this came clearly on my UA. I wouldn't show up for my report dates.
No, they tried to find you. They could not.
That's towards the end, just
So,
I was kicked out from where I was staying, and my belongings had got stolen. My cell phone had got stolen. That's why I wasn't able to receive the phone call.
but here's the thing. You are able to contact someone so you could have a baby and become pregnant.
I was already pregnant
So-
by the time I got out to probation.
All right, good luck to you. State versus Daniel Joseph Berlanga. Can I have parties announced for the record? And are you Mr. Berlanga? Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client? Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case? Mr. Berlanga, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment? State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Berlanga, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? And count 4, you're charged with assault family household member with a previous conviction as a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? All right, off the record for a moment. All right, what you're charged with in count 4 is a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state would call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights that you intend to give up. Thank you. Give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses? Yeah. Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him? Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense? Mr. Berlanga, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Do you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 4. Punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, no applications. The state will take in consideration 2025 AL 001676. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition? Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary and custodial parent? Did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea? Defense, is that the plea? State, is that the plea? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, are there any such motions? Then to the offenses charged in count 4, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence? Right. And have you had a chance to speak with the complainant? All right, thank you. State, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing? Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client? All right, and state, why should I follow this agreement? All right. As previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison. Legally, I'm required to give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine. Take in consideration 2025 AL 001676. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with the complainant. I'll ask for the therapeutic community based upon the police reports saying there was meth there. There's to be no residing in households with minors and no unsupervised contact with minors. Counsel, is there anything else with regards to sentencing? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction and an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? You're going to have to work on your anger and figure out why you behave the way you do. Otherwise, you're going to end up spending a lot of time in prison. You understand? Good luck to you.